Next up is a Smith & Wesson 9mm. It's a Sigma model. The model name exactly is SW9VE 9mm pistol. I got this gun at Gander Mountain. They were running a deal. Normally $400. They were running the deal. Knife was, or the gun. I'm sorry, just reviewed a knife. The gun was $3.99 with a $50 mail-in rebate, or you could get 2 extra clips. It came with 2 clips, two 16, or a 15 and a 16. No, actually they're both 16s. That one only goes to 15 though. Clips, and you could get 2 more, or $50 mail-in rebate. So for my purposes, 2 clips is enough. So I opted for the $50 mail-in rebate. So the gun only cost $350, which is a great deal. Of course, in the box came the 2 clips, a gun lock, a gun sock, and this is the wrapping that the gun was in when the gun came brand new. It wasn't in the sock, but I put it in here so you could see the sock. This is the same sock that Gander Mountain gives you with when you buy a shotgun or a rifle as well. They always give you one of these free socks. It says Gander Mountain on it. They're pretty nice. Some of the documentation that came along with it. One other thing about this this gun, the offer they were running, also the gun came with a laser sight. They got a slug here that came out of the gun. It's kind of like a fingerprint for a gun, and also the warranty that Gander gives with their products. So the laser that came with the gun I was kind of excited about it, because sometimes these lasers that cost about $90, and I had never used one. So I was excited about the laser coming with it. Here it is. It clips onto the front of the gun. You can see how the laser works. It clips on like this. This top unscrews. It sits on top of the gun in this little groove here that comes through. A little awkward here. Hold on. It comes through and locks in place like this. I'm not gonna do it right now because I can't stand the thing after I spent about a half hour trying to sight it in. And what happens is, it's only a 9mm, but from the recoil, every time you get this little laser dialed in with the little dials on the side, and you get any accuracy whatsoever, the shake of the gun throws off the accuracy, and you're now way off to the left or right or up and down. And so no matter how tight you crank this thing on, in my mind it's a piece of garbage. And it's by laser light. I'm sure some of their better models are, are probably a little more substantial, and the accuracy is a little better. This one, not worth using. I think it's junk. This gun is a... There was actually some litigation, I'm told, between Glock and Smith & Wesson, because this was very similar to the Glock 17, I believe. Again, there's no clip in there, and I've already checked to make sure there's no ammo in the gun, and I have the safety in there as well. So the litigation was because this is extremely similar build to the Glock, so much so that it was almost identical. The trigger, there is no safety on the gun besides the trigger. I'm not thrilled with that. I would much prefer a regular safety, but there is none on this gun. this front piece here, again, this is part of the laser. This front little piece here and this bulge here, this would not be on the gun if it wasn't for to attach the laser to. I'm going to take that off. Here's the stamp, Smith & Wesson SW9EV. For $350, I'm satisfied. I think it's a great gun for the money. I've shot about 200 rounds out of it now, and it hasn't jammed up on me. It's real, you know, so far pretty reliable. I will say this: the trigger is very hard to pull. You're pulling and waiting and waiting and waiting, and finally when you get it, after a while your finger becomes tired. I like a much more sensitive trigger. Having this gun, this be the only safety is in the trigger, it's probably a good thing that it's a hard trigger pull. What I was thinking is if I was hiking or something, and if I was carrying the gun, and say I was wearing a holster and somehow the trigger got depressed, you know, and there's no safety, you could have a hole in your leg. That's why I kind of wish there was a separate safety, but I probably won't be carrying it around hiking. If I was, I might take something smaller and a little safer. But I'm just overly cautious that way, and that does bother me. But at the range, it's a great gun. It's a great gun to have along if you have a nice selection of guns. If you have a friend with you, you can try a couple different things. So for $350, I'm really happy with it. There's the sights. Thanks for watching.